video will be about the actionable integration between Altiris and ServiceNow that is built on Fuji and is available in the ServiceNow store. So we have ServiceNow in the cloud, and we have your local area network. In your local area network, we have an Altiris server, the Altiris infrastructure being the notification server, the semantic management platform, and its database. And then in that same local area network, we have your clients, or your clients can be managed over the cloud using the management platform. Altiris communicates with your clients. This is to bring back hardware and software inventory from your client. It is also to deliver policies and tasks to the client to deliver software or perform other actions. To create this connection with your local area network, we will install the ServiceNow mid server on your local area network. ServiceNow then communicates with that mid server and sends queries to it to bring back the client information. So it's going to communicate with Altiris, bring back that client information, and that's going to send it to the mid server, and the mid server then will bring it back and populate the ServiceNow CMDB with the client information. The next portion of the actual integration to Altiris is the ability to deliver software. So from the ServiceNow service catalog, an end user would come and request software and select their computer. That gets sent to the mid server, and the mid server then communicates with the Altiris infrastructure and requests that software for the client and starts a task for that client to deliver the software. Altiris sends that task to the client, and the client communicates back the status of the delivery of that software. And the Altiris is then communicating back through the mid server and to ServiceNow to finish the delivery and complete that delivery to that client and tell the ServiceNow that it has delivered that and complete the request item that was created as part of the service catalog. So now we're going to demo the actionable integration between ServiceNow and Altiris. As an end user, we have our computer here, and on this desktop we can see that we don't currently have Firefox installed. So as this end user, I have determined that I need to have Firefox installed on my computer, and I don't have rights to do that directly, but I know that I can go to the service catalog and request it. So I go to ServiceNow, and I go select that I want to browse the catalog and request something. So I go and click into the request something, and I select software, and I see at the top of that list is Firefox, and that's the software I need. So I'm going to go to Firefox and select that software. Now there's a question I have to answer on this form before I can click the Order Now button. I have to say what computer should the software be installed on. Now, if I was an end user that only had one computer assigned to me, that computer would show up in here. But I've got a couple more for this end user, so it's going to have to search for it. But once I've selected that computer, being our Win 7 Pro 32, I can click Order Now. And this is going to create a request and have a request item on it for that Firefox software. Now we've already got some pieces of the workflow stages going through. It's been approved, completed, delivery has been completed, so it's actually probably already been starting the delivery, and it's getting to the next step of waiting for the fulfillment to be completed. I, as the end user, can also come up to my request and check on the status of this request if I don't see this fully delivered and everything. So we can come into this top one and see this request as it's being processed still, and it's kind of still in progress. So it's waiting for a timer, and it's kind of in the progress of that delivery. So what we can do as an administrator, as someone who knows this computer a little bit, is we can come in here and see that the install of Firefox is running in the semantic agent or the Altiris agent on this computer. So it's still in the process of running, so we'll get a success code eventually, and that'll be completed. While that is running, so I was just about to move, but actually we got a success return code there. Let's go ahead and check our desktop, and we can see that we now have Firefox available on this computer. I'll go ahead and bring that up and show that this is a fully installed program, and it is installed on the computer. It even comes through the final setup, and we'll just say don't import anything, and we can bring it up, and now we have Firefox fully installed on this computer. We can also see that this has also been installed by going into the Add and Remove Programs and refresh there, and we'll see that we have Firefox now available also there. So now if I come back to the service catalog, we can go to My Request, and it's not going to show up in the top one, but if we go down in the request items down here, you'll probably find this Close Completed one, the latest one for Firefox, and we'll see that it has completed and the workflow is done on this. So that is a complete delivery of the Firefox on this machine from a service catalog request all the way to the client without even having to be touched by a technician.